Hello everybody, how are you doing this week? I hope you are doing well. I had a pretty fun week, but before I get into that, I'll tell you just what I'm doing in this art today. So basically, I was looking through my very old art on my external hard drive, and I found this picture that was from 2010, as you can see, June 2010. And I was like, hey, it's June 2018, I might as well redraw this and be like, hey, it's been 8 years and this is the progress. And what I think about it is like, I didn't try my very hardest on this. I sort of like went for my more anime style. I didn't go for my like painter style. But I still think that it turned out really nicely. I still really like the outcome. But yeah, the characters in this, as you can see, one of them is Jaden. Old Jaden design, really bad, but you know. And then the other person is a mystery to you guys, but I know him as Jaden's butler, which I literally only drew that one time back in the day, and I never drew him again, but I remember he was supposed to be her butler. And I did like his long hair, but the way I went with his new design, I just felt it was a little too, I guess, anime for his new design. So I was like, let me just make this a little more realistic. Or, well, not realistic, but like, mature? I don't know. Either way, I really like how his new design looks. And I've been meaning to design Jaden a driver for her limo. So I figured like, well, this guy can be that. Even though that wasn't my intention at the beginning, it was like, well, he can work to be, like, in the background, because, like, he would never talk. It's just, it would be good to know what he looked like, at least. So I think that's who this is going to be. But anyway, so earlier in the week, Monday, actually, I was invited to go to the zoo with my friend. And it was very, very fun. My favorite part was the rainforest with the frogs and the snakes and the other lizards and bugs and stuff. That was my all-time favorite. There were so many good frogs. And then the turtles, oh my gosh. Probably one of my favorite parts of the rainforest was seeing the turtles swimming. It was so good. Like, I don't know about you guys, but some of these lizards and some of these amphibians I love. I love a lot. I don't know why, but, cause like, if you think about it, they're not, I guess, conventionally cute like a cat or a dog, but I just look at them and I'm like, they're so good. Like, I don't understand how they're just so good. Like, especially frogs. They're just so tiny and so good. It's so sad because, like, I can hear some frogs around where I live at night, and I'm like, man, I really want to say hello to this frog, but I would not know where to find it. All I am doing is hearing it. I just really want to see these frogs. So I'm glad that at the zoo, at least, we did get to see some frogs and turtles and snakes and stuff. They were all very cool. Oh, that reminds me. I can't remember at what part of the zoo this was, but there was like a bat enclosure thing, and we went past it, and I was like, hey, look at that! It's a bat! I haven't seen one in so long! And the joke there was that literally the night before, a bat was in our house. Like, it was like 1 a.m. and I'm, you know, on the computer, and then I hear some running of like cat feet, and then I hear like weird noises of like just high-pitched noises. And I thought that two of our cats had been fighting or something. I thought they were fighting in the hallway, so I like opened the door to see what was going on, and there was a bat on the floor right in front of my door, but it wasn't moving, and it was like one of our cats was like looking at it, and I was like, is this a toy? This can't be real. But yeah, I stared at it for a little bit, and I closed my door, and I was like, okay, that was probably a toy? Probably? I mean, it might have been real, but I don't know. So I went and got my phone, and I went to open the door again because there was more running. And I opened the door slowly and very close to, like, I opened it just a sliver. And I looked out, and then the cat was, like, looking somewhere that I couldn't see, but I could see the cat. And I was like, I hope she just kind of picked it up and played with it and put it over there, and that's why she's over there. Because otherwise, it flew over there, and I don't want to think about the fact that there's a bat in the house. I saw her looking at it, and I was like, okay. I closed the door again, and then I looked on my phone, I'm like, okay. I didn't want to wake up my sister, whose cat this is. So I was like, I went on my phone to text my mom, like, hey, did the cat, did she get a bat toy? Because there's a bat. I ended up not actually sending the text though, because like I was sending a long text. I was like, I don't know if this is real or not, but there's a bat. And then I heard more ruckus outside the door, and opened the door, and it was my sister. She was like, before I even like asked anything, she just like made the motions of like, go back inside your room. Because she's way better at handling stuff like creatures in the house. So she was like waving me to go back in my room, and so I did, and then I was like sitting there like, okay, I guess I'm waiting to see what happens. But yeah, eventually sister came back and she was like, it's okay, it's outside now. And it was like, oh, it was so weird. Like, it was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, like, so the next day at the zoo, it was just a silly thing to say when seeing the bat enclosure, like, I haven't seen a bat in so long. But yeah, that was fun. There was like this ice cream place at the zoo, and my friend really wanted to go have some ice cream there because they heard it was good. And so we got some ice cream there, and you know, we both got a cone, and you know, it's like, it's habit to be like, the guy asked like, do you want one scoop or two? And you know, habitually, it would be like, yeah, give me two. So like, we both asked for two, and then we both regretted it because it was like so much ice cream. And it was just like so tall on the cone, like there was way more ice cream than there was cone. And it was just 2 scoops, but it was like a lot. So we went outside to sit at one of the tables out there, and we weren't even sat down yet, and my friends, just all the ice cream on top of the cone fell onto the ground, and it was so sad. I was like, no! Luckily, I had just been asking, like, oh, what's your favorite flavor? And they were like, oh, I like mint, but I also like cookie dough. And I was like, yeah, I like, well, I didn't say this. I was just, like, thinking in my mind what I should get. And I was like, I like cookies and cream, but I haven't gotten cookie dough in a long time, and usually I don't get cookie dough. So I was like, you know, I think from your suggestion, I will get cookie dough, just, you know, in my brain. And then I got it, and after their ice cream fell onto the ground, I was like, oh no, you can share mine, it's okay. Because it was just, like, so sad. Like, they didn't even get to eat much of it. It was so sad. Like, there was spoons available at the ice cream restaurant place, so it was, like, it was very okay that, we shared the ice cream cone and everything. It was very nice. Oh, and there was like a bird there. I guess it was just very used to humans because it landed on the ground near our table, and I was like, oh, look at that bird, it's so cute. And it was like hopping closer. I'm like, oh, it's so cute, it's getting so close. And it was getting closer and closer, and I was like, okay, you can stop now. Because, like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of afraid of birds. When it was, like, you know, a good distance away, I was like, oh, look, it's a cute little bird. But then it just got closer and closer, and I'm like, okay, can you stop? Because, like, it was just getting so close. It was, like, right next to us, and I was like, okay, stop now. But, yeah, that was a time. It was a time indeed. But, yeah, so we had a great time at the zoo. It was very fun, and then at the end, they got like a new car, and it was them that drove me and my friend, their family. They got a new car, and they didn't even have a license plate yet. Like, they had the papers for it and everything. So we were like looking around in the parking lot after we were all done at the zoo, and it was like looking up and down and up and down and up and down at all the cars there, and it's like, I didn't know what car they had. Like, I only saw it the one time, and I didn't remember what it looked like, really. So it was like looking up and down and up and down. It was like so much walking to try to find the vehicle. And then when we got there, their car key battery thing was like not working for a bit, so it was like, oh my gosh. It was like almost that we were stranded there, but we weren't. It was all good, but it was like, oh man, it's taking a while to unlock this car. Because it wasn't one of those key things, it was one of those just like automatic things, so it was like, But yeah, I mean, overall though, the whole day was very fun. I didn't think I got a sunburn, but then I went home, and like an hour later, I checked, and I was like, oh, yeah, I totally got a sunburn on my shoulders and my back. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't get one on my face, thankfully, but it was just like, okay, now, alright. But yeah, so that was my week. Oh, we also recorded another session of Fool's Paradise, and it was super good. And this is the D&D podcast that I'm talking about, that I'm in. It was so good. It was just amazing, and it won't be public for a while, like that particular recording won't be, but seriously, guys, if you haven't yet, you should definitely listen to Fool's Paradise. I'll link it in the description. It is lots of fun. I think you'll really like it. But yeah, that's all for this Drawn Talk. Thank you very much for coming with me today to listen to me talk about what's happened, and go ahead and tell me how your week has been going, or whatever, what have you, or do you have any plans? So yeah, have a wonderful day, and bye-bye!